So we're going to test drive a Model S today. Big navigation screen. That's the one thing that the display really is impressive. That's funny that they split the screen so it looks like two landscape.
Yeah, so you can partition the screen if you wanted to for some of these features, or if you just click twice, you can full screen it and then really have full control over what you're checking out.
All right, so we're gonna test drive the Model S. Here we go. All right, so all the way up. Okay, that's comfortable. And does it have like an electronic parking brake, or does it...
Yep, yeah. So the electronic.
So do I have to release that, or is it automatic?
Already released.
In the Bolt, that's the only thing that's like kind of quirky. It sometimes does and sometimes does not on its own.
Interesting.
And then does this have like a sport and a driving mode, or does it just the whole? It's always in sport mode.
It's kind of how hard you push the accelerator down is really what it boils down to. The only times we have different modes like that is for the tightness of the steering wheel rather than the acceleration. We do have some modes for it. Actually, rather than modes to increase acceleration, we have modes to decrease acceleration, actually.
And one thing I do love about the Bolt is that it's got a very short snout.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's almost like a stub.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm leery about clipping something with
worries.
this boat.
No, you're doing great. And what we'll do is we'll go with the traffic light up here and we'll make a right.
All right, super. Yeah, so we're going on the freeway.
Yep, exactly. Cool.
Yeah, I'll have to hold the phone if I decide to do the 0 to 60. I have a feeling it'll end up in the back.
It will. Yes, it will.
That must feel like being launched off an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, I mean it is a full G.5 of force.
Okay.
When you do get that acceleration, so it is very much so powerful.
Yeah, your sales associate was saying that the Model 3 isn't. You don't really have enough of them to give test drives in them.
Right.
So it's just funny. If anything, I'm in the market for a Model 3, but
of course,
heck, why would I pass up a driving an S?
Well, and the way I see it is, you're still getting to drive.
I'm getting
a
exposed
Tesla,
to a Tesla. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll say in this lane here, we're gonna go 805 south.
Okay. Woo. Nice so far.
Right. Cars.
Okay, so this is basically an e-pedal. Also, this will come to a complete stop. If I take my foot off the gas. Oh, the Bolt will come to a complete stop.
Yeah, so we don't. We go down to 5 miles an hour. I think for us, it's more so a familiarity thing. A lot of people who tend to buy Teslas initially, it is their first electric car.
Yeah.
So just keeping that familiarity of a gas vehicle. Actually, one thing we could do now is the autopilot systems. Mm-hmm. So if you want, take the bottom left stalk, pull it towards you twice. Perfect.
Why twice? What's the that's
first time's cruise control.
Oh.
Second time is auto steer and autopilot.
All right.
Yeah. So now, I mean, as long as you're just holding your hands to the wheel. So the car would have actually braked for you at that point.
Yeah, I don't trust it quite yet.
No worries, that's fine. But that's a little taste of autopilot.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So you see the kind of deceleration there? Yep.
And I have to keep my hands on the wheel?
Or just keeping them supervised like you're doing now is great.
Okay.
Whatever you're most comfortable with.
Yeah. Well, I was just reading somewhere you had to have 2 fingers on it.
Yeah, I mean, it does sense like pressure and such, but I mean, if you're more comfortable just resting your hands on the wheel and then maybe giving it a little squeeze when it needs that pressure, you can always do that.
And
too.
it will only basically go in a straight line on a freeway then.
The car will follow like curves on the freeway, but yes, solely interstates and highways right now.
What about merging off of one to go onto another?
Merges not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so merges it still needs work on. That's going to be stuff that's going to come into like once we get to the point of like full self-driving, the car will be able to make all of those decisions on its own at that point.
It's a unique feeling to kind of be aware that I'm driving, but almost forcing myself to not be driving just to let it do its thing.
Yeah.
That's something.
It's interesting when the first rule is you have to trust the car. Like, you trust the car with yourself.
Well, I used to take flying lessons, so I did play around
Oh,
with
okay.
autopilot once.
That would do it.
That was interesting. Yeah, the car running off by itself like that's a trip.
Right? It's just like,
Okay, that's really neat. So this is the Tesla driving itself. It's on autopilot. And so it's merging by itself here, the lane. It's okay with that.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to go on to Claremont Mesa Boulevard here.
All right, very good. Now, will it let you change lanes when someone else is in the lane next to you, or will it avoid
It
a
will
collision?
let you change lanes, but it will tell you on here that there's an object to your
I
right.
didn't see that. Now, the Bolt, the Bolt actually does, mine does. I do have some of the basic features. It does have like a blind spot detector, so something lights up in the mirror, basically, and says...
So we have the same thing. The only difference is ours isn't in the mirror, it's on the instrument panel itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know what we're going to do. So we can go back up to the 52 then and have a little...
You got it.
A little bit of a fast run. I'm not really interested in pushing the top speed, but I just wanted to feel that 0 to 60 on a nice straightaway.
Oh, no problem.
So you can just kind of... I know where I'll get off. I'll get off on Convoy, if that's okay, and I'll just spin around there. And that has a nice, long ramp. Like I said, I'm going to have to hold my phone when I do that. All right. Oh my God! Wow! That was like being, you know what that's like? That's like the roller coaster at Knott's Berry. It's called the Accelerator. And it is like a aircraft carrier catapult. That was really impressive. My stomach, because I'm not even sitting like perfectly vertical, my stomach actually moved up. That was great. You're right. That was like 1.5 G's.
It's heavy.
So, except I'm not vertical, so it actually did it. It was almost like a negative G because I'm sitting this way. Reclined. Okay, I am impressed though. That was about as awesome as I thought it even could be. So, and I didn't even floor it. I didn't even floor it. That was awesome.
But still, definitely a car paint color.
Here's my straightaway. Okay. Damn, already 60. Holy cow. And that wasn't even trying. So that's a Model S next to my Bolt.